swear. I told Tank. Tank know what's up. You know what I mean? He know what he up against when he fights Shakur or Keyshawn. You know what I mean? He want to fight these guys that everybody in the world know they ain't gonna give him no fight. They not mentally.
After Keyshawn Davis's dominant performance against Dennis Binnick, it was only a matter of time before the boxing world took notice. However, the loudest voice in the conversation has been none other than Terence Crawford, a close friend of Keyshawn. Recently, Crawford took to X to call out Gervonta Tank Davis.
Shakur, like I was telling Bud, it's either you or Keyshawn's gonna get tanked, so the walls are closing in. So awesome.
It's gonna be him though.
It makes sense. He's closer.
Big brother first.
Absolutely.
Urging him to stop being scared and step into the ring against either Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis. It's no secret that Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis share a close bond with Terence Crawford, leading many fans to believe that Crawford's call-out of Tank Davis is more about pressuring him through pride than issuing a genuine challenge. However, this move feels more like Crawford acting as a hype man rather than setting up a legitimate fight. While Keyshawn is undoubtedly a talented fighter, he is far from being on Tank's radar for a reason. His performances...
Before I had gloves on, you know what I'm saying? And, I've been in the ring with Tank twice already, sparring him. You know what I'm saying? And, if he wasn't the top dog and somebody else was the top dog, I'd be calling that person out. But since he's the top dog, I'm calling you out because I know I can whoop your ass.
Against Miguel Maduo and Nahir Albright were underwhelming, to say the least. And of course, there's the elephant in the room, Andy Cruz in Interview 3. Cruz defeated Keyshawn 4 times in the amateurs and humiliated him at the 2020 Olympics. If Keyshawn couldn't overcome the fighter who exposed his weaknesses on the biggest stage, why would Tank Davis waste his time? Tank doesn't need...
I would love to fight the face of boxing in the 135 division. I would love to fight light skin, but I just don't. You know who it is. I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. Our characters
need to be anyone's charity fight just to help Crawford's protege build his name. If Crawford truly wants Keyshawn to become a star, he should push him to settle his unfinished business with Cruz first. Until then, Keyshawn doesn't even belong in the same conversation as Tank. Interview 4, Tank's comment struck Crawford right where it hurts, his so-called legacy. Crawford has been pushing the narrative that moving up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez is about greatness. But Tank isn't buying it. In his eyes, Crawford isn't chasing history. He's chasing a payday. Let's be real. This fight is more about Saudi retirement money than solidifying a legacy. If Crawford truly cared about proving himself, why not first move up to 168 and establish dominance? Crawford's latest jab at Tank went beyond typical fight promotion, taking a deeply personal turn by bringing up Tank's past legal issues, saying he lacked courage both in and out of the ring. This wasn't just trash talk, it was a direct attack on Tank's character, turning an already heated rivalry into something far more personal. If Crawford thought this would pressure Tank into fighting Shakur Stevenson or Keyshawn Davis, he clearly miscalculated. Tank isn't the type to be bullied into a fight, and rather than shaming him into action, Crawford's words only added fuel to an already raging fire.
Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds, he's not bad.
Yeah,
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right.
Crawford's frustration likely stems from his lackluster pay-per-view numbers. With his last fight against Israel, Madoff reportedly drawing only 75,000 to 100,000 buys, dismal for someone claiming to be the best pound-for-pound fighter. Unlike Tank, whose name alone sells out arenas and guarantees massive PPV buys, Crawford has never been a true box office star. As for a potential fight between Tank and Shakur Stevenson, it's unlikely. Shakur, despite being undefeated, has been criticized for his boring style, lacking the excitement and knockout power that makes Tank such a must-watch attraction. Shakur, while talented, lacks the charisma and excitement needed to become a major star in the U.S., where fans demand more than just skill. They want showmanship and knockout power. From a promotional standpoint, Tank would be doing all the heavy lifting, making a fight with Shakur a tough sell. Eddie Hearn seems convinced he can turn Shakur into a global star, but history suggests otherwise. maybe Shakur could gain traction in the UK, but in the US, where entertainment standards are sky high, he simply doesn't have the it factor. Hearn's track record of overhyping fighters who fail to deliver only reinforces the skepticism. Tank made it clear that he's tired of being asked about fights that aren't in his control, shutting down questions about potential matchups with Shakur Stevenson.
Ask him those type questions. Like, at this point, like, y'all can't ask me those questions. I'm not in a position to send him a contract. I'm not in a position to be like, yo, I'm fighting him this year. I'm not in that position yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop asking me those questions. All respect, you know what I'm saying?
No, you good.
And for every interviewer that's gonna watch this, don't ask me that question no more. Ask him that question. When are we gonna fight?
And Keyshawn Davis. He emphasized that he's not in a position to send contracts or dictate fight schedules, urging reporters to direct those questions to his potential opponents instead. His frustration was evident as he called for interviewers to stop asking him about fights that haven't been officially negotiated, making it clear that the ball isn't in his court. Let's not forget, boxing in the US is a whole different game. Look at the UK's biggest stars, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Conor Benn, and Chris Eubank Jr. They may be household names across the pond, but they don't carry the same star power stateside. In America, it takes more than talent to make it big. You need showmanship, charisma, and that it factor, and Tank Davis has all of that in spades. At the end of the day, Terence Crawford's jabs at Tank are just that, jabs. He's trying to stir up controversy, but Tank isn't playing along. He knows his worth and isn't about to help Crawford's protégés build their names off his. If Crawford really wants to make waves, he should focus on his own fights instead of dragging Tank into his circle. Whether it's about legacy, paydays, or pride, the feud between Crawford and Tank is only heating up. But if Crawford thinks he can shame Tank into a fight, he might want to rethink his approach. Tank isn't scared, he's just smart. Until Crawford's team proves they're worthy of stepping into the ring with a star.
Title's definitely gonna be next. 2025, we got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock knock.
Star like Tank, all the trash talk in the world won't make it happen. That said, let's put everything on the table. Keyshawn Davis's knockout victory over Dennis Baroni on Valentine's Day sent shockwaves through the boxing world. The fourth-round KO not only cemented his spot as the WBO mandatory challenger, but also fueled a fire he's been stoking for a while, a fight with Tank. And after the win, Keyshawn
the one that can crack their Gervonta code?
Gervonta can be beat easily, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, we hear you say he could be beat easily. Why?
Yeah, he could be beat easily because he's just a basic type of dude with a lot of power.